the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, the King.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Now is the time. Now is the time. Justice a reality for all of God's children. Now is the time. Let freedom ring, 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 ring. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal. Because I have a dream, my little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Now is the time. I have a dream today. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
We Day keep the legacy alive. Welcome to the stage, Martin Luther King III.
Good morning. I want you to repeat, everybody stand up for a second. I want you to repeat something after me. Are we ready? Spread the word. Have you heard? All across our nation, we are going to be a great generation. Now let's say it a little faster and louder. Spread the word. Have you heard? All across our nation, we are going to be a great generation. Now let's say it one final time like we really mean it. Spread the word. Have you heard? All across our nation, we are going to be a great generation. Now give yourselves a hand. It is an extraordinary privilege and honor to be in Ottawa and in the Ontario province. And good morning again to each of you. You know, life for us is a journey. And perhaps for some of you, and maybe most of you who are here for the first time, this is a beginning of something that is going to be wonderful, creating opportunities that you create. Now, you've just seen incredible dancers from this community, your community, and you've seen the acknowledgement of the March on Washington of 1963, 50 years ago, that my father was a major participant in, where he shared his dream where he shared his dream of freedom, justice, and equality for all humankind. And what I want you to focus on today is, what is your dream? How are you going, or what are you going to do to try to make the world in which we all must live a little better than it was after you move on many, many years from now? And so this is the beginning. As I say, this is a movement. Free the Children and We Day is phenomenal, and you're going to really enjoy what you experience today. So whether you're focusing on bullying, which we must stop, whether you're focusing on helping people become more literate, meaning being able to read around the world, whether you're focusing on making sure that people have water, or just making our planet better for all of God's children, any of those things each of us can participate in, because we know the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first steps. Now, my dad captured it this way by saying, in life, you must decide what your calling is. And when you find that calling, you must do your job well. You must do your job so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn could do that job no better. He went on to say, even in life, if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, why, go on and sweep streets like Michelangelo carved marble. Go on and sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Go on and sweep streets like Raphael painted pictures. Sweep streets so well that all the host of the heavens and earth would have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper that did their job well. That's what our challenge is, my friends, being the best of what we are. My dad also used to tell us that in life, we can be like thermometers or thermostats. And you may say, well, what does that mean? Well, you see, a thermometer is a great device, but all it does is records the temperature. If it is too cold, it'll say whatever, 80 or 70 or 60 or 50 or 40 or 30, 20. That's all it does, record the temperature all day long. There's another device called a thermostat, and that regulates the temperature. And so what I'm saying to you is, you've got to decide whether you're just going to record history or be a part of regulating what takes place in our world. We say often, dream big. There's almost nothing that if we put our minds and hearts and heads to it, that we cannot do. I said earlier today that the first part of one's life is dedicated to significance. The first part of one's life is dedicated to success. We may be successful as teachers, as athletes, as entertainers, as doctors, as scientists. We may be successful. But the latter part of our lives is dedicated towards significance. What We Day is doing is setting the tone and climate so that we can become significant and successful at the same time. Enjoy yourselves today. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Now I want to do something that is very special. I want to not introduce, but present two extraordinarily important people that have built a phenomenal team, the co-founders of Free the Children, Mark and Craig Kilberger.